young, a phenomenal, young, vibrant woman of this generation, a counselor that has decided to dedicate her life not just to grow herself, but to help others get better. I would like us to welcome on this stage Counselor Annie Zenzer.
Thank you, Mommy.
Mommy, I like your style.
Oh, thank
you. Next
Mommy.
time, call me for Gloria again. You go, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Welcome, Gloria. Our latest celebrity.
Yes, sir.
So, Annie, over to you.
Okay, Mommy. Okay, good evening once more. And thank you so much, Mommy. Thank you, Pastor Me and Papa D, for the knowledge you've bestowed in us. And thanks to everyone that is present tonight. So I'm going to be presenting on the topic temperaments. Temperaments in marriage or relationship. First of all, I try to look at what is temperament.
Okay, hold on. Sorry for interrupting. Each time before you present your topic, you tell us why. Why did you choose that topic and why do we need it?
Okay. Thank you, Mommy. Okay, I decided to work on temperaments because many people go into marriage or relationship without knowing who they are. And at the end of the day, it brings problems up and down. You are trying to, you don't know why your partner is acting the way he or she is acting. So it is very important that we study temperaments so that when you are going into a relationship or marriage, you know who you are going in with and you know how that person behaves. From when you know how the person behaves, you'll be able to judge if you can go in for it or you should just stay away. So in this generation, we really need to know the temperaments of our partners to avoid a high rate of divorce in our society. Okay, so what then is temperament? Temperament is a collection of behavioral tendencies that determines our emotional and behavioral reactions to what is happening around us. So in a nutshell, temperament is why you act the way you do. The reason why someone will be introvert and another one will be extrovert, that is temperament. So to understand why you act the way you do, you need to know your temperament because it will help you, it will enable you relate with your partner, relate with your job, with your family, and with your children without any problems. So when you know your temperament, you will have the ability to understand the person better and to have a better relationship. Naturally, there are 12 types of temperaments, but this study will be based only on the major 4. So tonight, we are just going to look at the major 4 temperaments, which are the perfect sanguines, the powerful choleric, the perfect melancholy, and the peaceful phlegmatic. Those are the 4 types that we'll be looking at tonight. So these 4 temperaments are grouped into 2 groups. The perfect sanguine and the powerful choleric are extroverts, while the perfect melancholy and the phlegmatic, the peaceful phlegmatic, are introverts in nature. Okay. So before we continue, we have to bear in mind, like there are some points to note, that one person can have more than one temperament. Yes, and another one is that there is no bad temperament, because when they give characteristics of temperament, some people will identify themselves in it, but will want to shy away because they feel that some things they are really very bad, so they don't want to identify with that temperament. So we should note that no temperament is bad, because all the 4 temperaments have their strengths and their weaknesses. So I'll start with the perfect sanguine. Sanguines are most extroverted of all the 4 temperaments. They can be anything at any time that you want them to be. They lived in the present. They are the kind of people that when they are somewhere, they want to be noticed. So they like to enjoy today fully. Like it's when I was looking at this thing, it's like Matthew 6:34 was meant for them. Don't worry about tomorrow, just enjoy today, and tomorrow will take care of itself. So sanguines are very curious people. So that's why they tend to ask questions up and down. When they see anything they are doubting, they will ask questions. They want to know why this thing is the way it is. Okay, sanguines, they also have their strengths and their weaknesses. So we'll start looking at their strengths. The first one, they love people and they can make friends easily. For example, have you ever gone to an occasion and sat down somewhere, then somebody just comes from nowhere and start discussing with you as if the person knew you since, and just start telling you that this person, start introducing other people to you, while it's just the first time she is meeting you, he or she is meeting you? That is a sanguine. The sanguines people are not judgmental. Whatever thing they do, they believe you do what you do because you have a reason for what you did. So they don't judge. Sanguines are also very affectionate and forgiving. They do not keep grudges. They are the kind of people that just forgives and forget. For example, in marriage, sanguines are the kind of people that if a spouse hurt them, immediately you just come and say sorry, that's all. They don't need explanation, they don't need any other thing. They will just forgive and forget whatever thing you did to them. Sanguines also have a great sense of humor. Most of these comedians are sanguines. So they also enjoy social activities. They are very enthusiastic. They are very excited about everything. And they are very positive. They are optimistic. They are the people that can boast you. If you are feeling low, they can boast your spirit. Okay, those are the few strengths I came out with for sanguines. Now let's look at their weaknesses. Sanguines exaggerate a lot. You can say something like in one sentence to a sanguine, and if he or she has to say it to the next person, she can bring like 4 pages from that one sentence that you told them. So if you come and gossip something to a sanguine, when the sanguine wants to tell the next person, he will not even remember the exact words you use. So she will have to add Maggi, add salt, until the soup will even be too salty. They exaggerate a lot. So they are very forgetful. If you want something, like you can be talking to a sanguine now and something caught your attention. When you come back and ask them that, what were we talking about? They will tell you that you don't remember. The sanguines are very forgetful. Okay, their tendency, they can be easily distracted. Yes, so when they are doing something here, if you just come and start talking, they will forget about what they were doing and just follow you and listen to what you were saying. So they are easily distracted. Okay, so that is the weaknesses I have for the sanguines. So How do they behave at home? Sanguine parents are very loud parents. I remember in the village, there was one particular home that a day cannot pass without you hearing the woman screaming. They are always shouting. They are very loud. Even if they are just talking or they are shouting at the kids, they are always very loud. They have made it in a way that their kids have understood that if they are playing outside and their mother just call in a low tone, they will not answer till they hear her scream. That's when they will answer. The kids are already used to. And for a sanguine, if a punishment she had to give to the children is delayed, there will be no punishment again. So they tend to discipline their kids when they are angry because of their forgiving nature. When the anger calms down, they will just forget about what the punishment they were supposed to give to the child. So sanguines, they easily excel in careers like marketing, salesperson, entrepreneur, communication, and in social media stuff, anything social media, those are their areas. That's where they easily excel. In their spiritual life, when motivated, they love Christ so much that at some point they call them apostles of Christ. So their spiritual life, they really do love Christ because of their loving nature. They transfer it. That's how they are. Okay, that's all about the sanguines.
You have 30 minutes, so you have used 10 minutes.
Okay, the second one, powerful choleric. People with choleric temperaments are often referred to as natural leaders, determined, energetic, and goal-oriented. Choleric are also extroverted, just like sanguines, but not as intense as the sanguines. The choleric are most productive out of the four temperaments. So the strength of choleric, they do not give up. Their mantra is like, we die here till they succeed. They are not leaving that thing. They are fearless and courageous. They are problem solvers. They always set goals and achieve them. To them, your latest achievement is their starting point. They are very energetic and productive. They are self-sufficient and independent. Okay, their weaknesses. They are very domineering. It is either their way or no way at all. They hardly start something and complete it. Like if you have a project, they will bring ideas and start it, but they want other people to complete it while they go ahead doing other things. They are arrogant and aggressive. Oftentimes, their actions result to violence if being provoked because they don't control their anger. They are very competitive and can be very impatient. How do choleric relate with their kids? They like to set goals for their kids and make sure that they work towards the goals. With a choleric parent, they like to beat. Like if they are teaching you and you are not understanding, they will be beating because they believe that if a little can help, then too much of it can cure you. So that's why they keep beating. Like if I beat you just twice and you change a bit, it means that if I beat you 5 times, it can cure whatever thing that is disturbing you from understanding what they are teaching you. So they can go any height to make their children have their goals. Okay. Since they are authoritative, they want to run their home like a marine boot camp. That's how they want to run their home, as if it's a soldier's house. So for career, they are very creative. They have very creative mindset. They are excellent planners. They are very good in engineering and businesses, and also courses like statistics. They are very good in that. So their spiritual life, they like to lead in church. In fact, choleric are people that want to dominate everybody in church. So they have to pray for the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians 5:22 so that it can bring them down. They can have patience. Okay, that's all about the choleric. The third one, the perfect melancholy. People with melancholic temperaments are characterized as sensitive, thoughtful, perfectionist, and quiet. They are introverted by nature and are often given a variety of modes, mostly known as mood swings. They are one of the most gifted and most creative out of all the 4 temperaments. Those are the melancholic. So let's look at the strengths of melancholy. They work well alone because they believe that nobody can do what they can do better than them. So they decide to work alone. For them, if you are coming to help them, it's like distraction. They prefer to do the job by themselves. They are very, very organized. They are deep thinkers, very productive. They like artistic and beauty. They are very independent. And they are also very dependable. They can hardly let you down. So if you have something and you know that you want somebody to do it for you, give it to a melancholic. The person can never let you down. They are excellent counselors to friends, and they are good encouragers, and they give great affirmations, especially when you are down. They are trustworthy and genuine, always willing to make extreme sacrifices for the sake of others. So they are very selfless. So let's look at their weaknesses. Melancholic are
Excuse me, Annie.
yes,
Sorry.
yes, mom.
We need to see your face. You don't do a presentation in darkness.
Sorry.
We need to see you because everything matters. Your posture, your everything. We're checking you from, you have gone almost halfway, more than half without this.
Okay, my face is
So
here.
your camera must be turned on. This is also for the notice of every other person. Know that your cameras have to be on when you are presenting, and find a good place where there is lighting. Because you cannot go and be teaching from your kitchen or from one dirty corner. So you find a good place where the background is clean and everything to present. All right, go ahead.
Okay. So I was about to go to the weaknesses of the melancholy. They are afraid of taking risk. They tend to avoid risk taking. Afraid of making wrong decisions. So at times they don't even want to decide. If you ask them a question, they can take like weeks to decide because they are afraid to take the wrong decision. They find it hard to forgive and forget, and so they tend to be very revengeful. If you hurt them, they will want to do something to hurt you back. They experience mood swings. At times, melancholic
Yeah, we are frozen. Yeah, network.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Who can hear you now?
Yes, we're hearing you.
Okay. I was saying that the melancholic experience mood swings. At times, a melancholic, you just see them out of nowhere. They're already having one turn face. You don't know what happened, but they just out of nowhere, they just start feeling sad for nothing. So they are likely to fall into depression. They are afraid of being seen as incompetent, and that is why they plan ahead of time, because they are perfectionists. They want that everything they do should be perfect. So they plan their things ahead of time. Melancholic are very hard to please. You can never please a melancholic person. They tend to be loners and and at some points they throw pity party. Like you see a melancholy just looking pitiful because they are loners. They don't like to be where there are people. So they are always alone. They like people to visit them, but they cannot visit people. So how do they relate with their kids? A melancholic parent can come back from work and is very tired, but she will still take time to teach the kids. And she always takes time. If 2 + 2, she will take time and show the child that this is this, this is this. They are not harsh with kids. Their children know that anything less than an A for them is a fail. They failed. If they don't have an A grade in any subjects, they have failed. They beat their children. Oftenly, melancholic beat their children when they see their weaknesses in their children. So they tend to turn their frustration on the kids. Like a melancholic parent can see a child doing what she used to do. Because it is her weakness, she will be beating the child out of frustration. So let's look at their spiritual life. With the melancholy, intimacy with God comes naturally. Their intimacy with God comes very natural because they are great thinkers. So they can have their quiet time and meditate on the word of God. So their intimacy with God comes very natural. They find it easy to establish a prayer life. Since they are always alone, they are always quiet in their own places. So they find it very easy to establish a prayer life. Career-wise, they are good in analytical and creative tasks. They excel in jobs like accounting and music. Accounting, music, and arts. Those are their own domains. The fourth one, the peaceful phlegmatic. The phlegmatic are the most lovable and likable out of all the 4 temperaments. They are very calm and always allow you to have your way. They usually don't say no or yes, but they just go ahead and do whatever pleases them. But they will not tell you to your face that I will not, that no or yes. They just go ahead and do whatever pleases them. They are good listeners and very, very diplomatic. So let's look at the strengths of phlegmatics. They are steady and lovable. They handle pressure very well. They are very loyal. They can adapt to change, but they don't like change. They don't like change, but if you bring the change, they can adapt to it very easily. They have very few enemies. They like to make people feel comfortable. They are not easily offended. Very efficient and organized. Those are the strengths of phlegmatics. Now, their weaknesses, they hate change. They don't like change. They avoid conflict at all costs. So if you hurt a phlegmatic person, the person will decide to say sorry just because he or she is afraid of conflict, is afraid of a problem, is afraid of quarrel. So he will just say sorry to make peace. They are very indecisive. They are very stubborn, but because they are peaceful people, it takes time for you to notice it. So they are quietly stubborn. You will tell them to do something. They will not say that no or yes, but they will still go ahead and do whatever they feel is good for them. They are masters of procrastination. So a phlegmatic somebody can plan something for 20 years, keep planning. So they are masters of procrastination. They lie out of fear. So if a phlegmatic can come and lie to you here just because he is afraid that if you tell the truth, maybe you will shout or maybe you people will end up fighting or there will be a quarrel. So they will just look for a way to lie so that peace can reign. How do phlegmatic relate with children? Phlegmatic tend to love little children because they will play with them. They play with them a lot. So they tend to love little children. And phlegmatic are kind of laissez-faire parents. They only discipline their children when they see a choleric parent disciplining their own children. So when you look at homes where children they talk to their parents just anyhow they like, just know that they are living with phlegmatic parents because they are very they are laissez-faire parents. Phlegmatic can be very good parents if they work on it because they are lovable. If they work on that aspect, they will be very good parents. Their spiritual life. Phlegmatic, they trust God and everything they trust God and they believe that with God, everything is under control. So they trust God wholeheartedly. And they also trust God for peace. Since they are peaceful people, they don't like problems, they trust God for the peace. Career-wise, phlegmatic excel in fields like caregivers. Anything caregiver, phlegmatics are very good in that. Nurses, phlegmatics can be very good. And social service workers, with teachers, those are the fields that phlegmatic people can feature in very well. They can excel in those fields very well. So that is all about the 4 types of personalities. So I just thought that we should look at a practical example. Like, imagine a phlegmatic woman getting married to a choleric man. We've heard the characteristics of a choleric person. Imagine a phlegmatic woman getting married to a choleric man. Automatically, we know that it cannot even work. I can say that that's the reason for the divorces, high rate of divorce we have now. Imagine getting married to somebody that is a workaholic, then you a phlegmatic. A phlegmatic is a lazy person. How are you going to cope with that kind of man? It means that the man will just drain you down, your self-esteem. He will rubbish everything about you. And a phlegmatic person, you like to pet kids, you allow kids to have their ways. Imagine a choleric man that likes to train children as if they are in a marine boot camp. So I think that the two of them cannot even match. So that is why this course is very important, so that when we have people come to us, like for counseling, relationship counseling, we should identify that and help them before they go into what they will kill them, instead of helping them. So as counselors, how do we help people in this situation? Okay, to imagine that they were already married, how do we help them out? We can only help them out when they themselves have taken the first step of emotional healing. That is the first step, awareness, recognition, realizing that they have an issue. That is when we can help them, because you cannot help somebody who does not even think that he has an issue. So when they recognize it, when they are aware of the things, okay, and say, okay, we need help, now we can come in and help them. And personal development with knowledge, you can always come out from this situation if you have knowledge. But if you lack knowledge about something, there's no way you can come out of the thing. So we advise personal development. Let them enroll in personal development courses that will help them. They themselves, they will discover all these things. And then because for the phlegmatic, we know already automatically that one's self-esteem will be down to 0. So thanks to the course we did last time of self-esteem, that we can help them. We will help the other person that is already down. You boost them back so that they can come back and have that confidence that they had before. Another one too is cognitive therapy. That is one of the techniques of counseling. So it will help the couples to replace any negative thought with positive thoughts. It will help them to replace any negativity, anything like you only see bad in this person. You don't even see anything good in the person. With cognitive therapy, you will start identifying the good in that person, because there's no use. God did not create any useless person. There is a good seed in you. But if they don't bring it out, it will just die there. So cognitive therapy will help bring the best, will help bring the positive aspect of that person. And by the grace of God, they can revive their marriage and maybe it can work. So I'll end there for today. And thank you for listening.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, 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 wow,
That was
wow, wow,
powerful.
wow, wow.
The hand clap. I thought we had a hand clap. You know, play all the hand claps.
Congratulations.
Thank
You
you.
have broken
Hey,
the
Annie.
band.
Hey,
Annie, Uncle Lady has broken the bands of fear.
I say, mommy. The uncle
We
lady has
will
done
just
it.
be swimming inside.
That's it. Just open the way.
That is
You have
great.
set the pace, so Uncle Lady, you have set the pace. We'll just be swimming.
Yeah,
No
just
fear,
be
no wahala.
Nzadzani, you are the head and not the tail.
Amen.
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 Amen. That's so
That's
powerful.
yes.
So Pastor Me, over to
Mom.
you. Because Annie has nailed it.
See, as Annie taught us, she has exposed. Was it a class or expose? Because she has rightly divided it. And that was very, very good. I appreciate connecting to every aspect. You try like to touch, take from your
The
different
expectation
teachers.
is that every student should. Oh, okay, your line is breaking. So at some point when you went off, I started talking.
Okay, mommy. Are you there?
Yes, no, go ahead now. Go ahead, you are back now.
Are we there?
Yes.
Yes, so
Yes, Pastor.
Okay.
Yes, I was saying that Annie has really done well. And I appreciate the connection with the other courses to bring out the best. That is so good. You did not just focus on just the topic, but you did a connection to it. That was good. It shows that you are really following the class, and you will not be lost in your counseling session. You will not be lost. That's so powerful. You will know how to help a counselee. No matter how they come, you will know where to bring in what. Especially in all of this, the idea you brought, the personal development, the theories, and all of that. That connection is a mastery of the course of the general course, marriage counseling, which is very good. Well, what do I have to say? Like I said, the temperaments have gone well, but we say popular sanguine. Sanguines are not perfect. They are popular. It's a popular sanguine.
Okay, thank you.
It's a popular sanguine. It's not a perfect. They are melancholic.
Social butterflies.
Yes. Social butterflies, mommy. So they are popular. So that is it. And like I said, we talk about them being the peace givers in time of conflict. They love peace, so they give it. I appreciate the way you have presented from the introduction of it. We talk about temperaments. Also, I want us to understand that with temperaments, it's the natural you. I always want you to understand. And your personality is that refined expression of you. The natural you that has not learned. That's why when the person is coming, that's the person in the situation. So, but the person developed, as you develop, you give a different impression. So the choleric becomes a calm person, not by killing your choleric tendencies, but by studying to develop on these weaknesses. So at the end, what you express is what you have been influenced with by developing yourself. So if you see, that's why we always talk of temperament and personalities. The personality is the outward expression. So they see you as a choleric person because of what you have put inside, what is naturally coming out of you. Like you said, working with the fruits of the spirit, it makes you now to present another something different. That you can tell somebody that I have developed myself. That's the place of personal development. That this person that used to be very angry has just gotten a knowledge that has changed the person. Then you start looking for it. They say it's there, it is still me. You say no, something has changed. Just because the person has gained mastery of the self, the awareness and development and all of that. So Annie, I don't really have much to say. I think your presentation was good of the 4 major temperaments. We call it 4 major because when we talk about the other 12 now, we start talking of the dominant and the recessive. So it works. Some people have 3 of them. Some people have all the 4, but they come differently. So, but we work on these 4. You know that, all right. That's why you can see somebody acting different because he may have a dominant phlegmatic, but in him, you see, but I'm still seeing a choleric. So this phlegmatic can put some things. That's it, because they have the dominant and the recessive. Let me use the biology term. The dominant and the
Yes.
recessive character.
Recessive genes. Dominant genes.
Yes. That's it. So thank you so much. Mommy,
Wow.
and I also want to say every counselor always needs a counselor.
Yeah.
My mom is a counselor. She has her counselor.
Prominently.
Our counselor has her counselor. And that is how we grow in this thing. You can't grow alone.
No way.
Never you say you know it all. The easiest way to grow is to stay with your counselor. You grow faster and better. And you build a better society because you don't claim to know it all. So even in your knowing, some other aspects may be there. Like I said, there are some people that I may not just want to counsel. Mom is an example of it. Like, she will tell you that I have taught my daughter, but I left them. I gave them to a neutral person. You know, they think is different. Maybe familiarity and all of that. So that's why some cases may just come, you just say, I'll not handle this one, not that I don't know. Then you explain it to your counselor and you give it there. It may be a difficult case, and it also may be a case that at that time you know that if you handle, you will not come out with the best results. Maybe because of your own situation. All right. Congratulations once more. Mommy Licious, over to you, ma.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pastor Me, for that assessment. I think Annie actually really did a good job. It's a sign that she did enough research. She walked around it, and her ability to be able to connect it to life, resonate, have examples and story add to it, makes it more interesting. You know, so
yeah,
and that's one of the things that can keep people down. Stories that people can, you know, make people learn easily when there are stories attached to the thing that you are saying. You know, you mentioned something about a woman in your village that was always shouting at children. That's a good story. Brief, and that was good. I think you're already applying a lot of public
network. Network stop.
Mommy, we can't hear you.
Mommy, are you there? Network has silenced her voice. Wow.
I said,
Alright.
this network is jealous. Who's jealous?
Yeah.
The person presenting tonight, right?
Jealousy network.
Jealousy. The network is jealous. Annie, you are the only person presenting tonight, right?
Yes, mommy.
All right. So I was saying that you are already manifesting some good public speaking skills, even without without knowing. We continue to grow. Like Pastor Mi was saying, that you keep having somebody that's counseling you as well or teaching you as well. One of the reasons is that the methods that you knew, they are changing. That's why we keep learning, unlearning, and relearning, because methods change. There's innovation. Just like we had the parenting coach who came to us and she was teaching on the parenting that works now. Now, the way our parents parented us, you cannot apply that to the children of today. For instance, it will not even work. No, it was always a cane. Anything they want, cane. But this time it's dialogue, and the children ask questions. And they say this generation is a knowledge-based generation. So that's why we must be knowledgeable as counselors. And when you start talking to somebody who comes to seek counsel from you, and you use the right words, they touch the person on the right spot. I'm telling you, when you hear the word and it touches them at that point, that is when you will see that they can easily abide to your counsel. They will follow what you are telling them to do. But if you don't use the right words, they will just hear you talk and then they go their way. They know that this one, I'm not sure she even understands what I'm going through and things like that. But now you'll begin to use words that, wow, when they hear, they know that, okay, this is the counselor. So it is a continuous learning process because life keeps changing. It keeps innovating. There is a continuous improvement. Just like you see people who write books, they will come and write a revised edition. There is newer information that needs to be added, and there is some old one that needs to be removed. So they revise a book, and that is how knowledge is. It is being revised every other time. It's being revised. I was in another very powerful class this afternoon, which I could not, follow to the end what they were doing. So I start to follow it to the end. It was so powerful, and in the teaching, this was a class 2 on public speaking. No, she was saying something which I want to share with us. It's going to help us. It says that when you hear people say things, even on social media, that when you go to speak and look at the audience and focus on those who are following up, those you feel that are focusing on you, those you feel that are receiving what you are teaching, where you see somebody, you think that they are being receptive, and then you focus your eyes on them. That's what a lot of people do say. But today I had another version. She said, cancel all of that. That you cannot be in an audience of a whole room of maybe 50 people and above. You go now, you're looking at one person, you're teaching, you just focus on one person. And now she was teaching something they call 80 degrees. That means you turn here and you look, as you are talking, you look here, you look there, you look here, and you look down. That means 80 degrees. That's how you are facing. Except you are back now because nobody's sitting behind your back. So you don't focus on one person. Now, this is improvement of knowledge, for instance. Whereas what we used to know was that now when you are speaking to an audience, just look for that person that is following you well and focus on them, look at them, so that you are not looking at everybody's eye. And then she's like, you can look at people, look here, just don't spend too much time on one here and 10 here and 10 here and 10 here. And then no need to be looking at people eyeball to eyeball. Say, look at them at the level of, like when you wear eyeglasses, above your eyeglasses, and they don't feel like you're looking at them, but you're not actually even seeing their faces. They're teaching this because there is a lot of fright when people are speaking to an audience. So public speaking is not easy until you are placed on the stage. That's when you understand that It's not bread and butter. It's not me. Anyway, so just to encourage us and to say that it's a journey. There's no day you say, "Oh, I don't know enough. I have enough. Let me go and." No, it's a continuous journey. So congratulations. Right hand now, what is the marks? You know, after defense, they give marks. And let me ask you a quick question before Pastor B comes back. Did that mean me? Okay, no. Yes. So if you were to pair people, which is the best temperament that goes with who? If a sanguine was to get married, for instance, who is the best husband for a sanguine? If
Mommy,
sanguine husband, man.
okay, I can say that a sanguine should get married to somebody that has a bit of phlegmatic and a bit of melancholy.
Why?
Because how can I put it?
Maros has joined. Maros, welcome. You missed the show. And you have done wonders. You missed the show.
Where?
Anyway, I see that she's recording, so I'm sure you can follow that
Okay.
from the recording.
Nice.
Okay, with a sanguine is somebody that is they are outgoing, they are loud. If they get married to melancholic, I think that they can try to balance their outgoing nature, or they can push their partners, the melancholic, since they are too lonely, they don't like associating with people. I think that they can influence them to an extent to start coming out, to start because melancholy can be very talented, but they just want to be behind. And with the outgoing nature or the very outspoken sanguine, I think they can help them, they can push them to come out and really showcase what they are made up of, and try to deal with that fear, since they are always afraid. So I think a sanguine can help a melancholic to come out, and the melancholic on the other hand too can help a sanguine, since they are they like to overdo. With the calmness in with the calmness in a melancholy, he can also help the sanguine to calm down, to have that patience, self-control, and to be a good listener too. I hope I
Thank
tried.
you. Yeah, so that you said the sanguine can influence the melancholy and help them be more balanced, right?
Yes, Mommy.
So they're not extreme.
Yes.
Okay. That sounds like a good one. It's Pastor Midek. Pronounce Marco on 20.
Mommy, you are the general. Mommy, give marks. But what is,
Teacher.
Mommy, let me say something. Let's try to say something about this pairing like that. I want to say the pairing to me, I think that it would depend now even on the gender. Because, you know, for a sanguine,
a sanguine man or a sanguine woman.
Man, you know, a sanguine man or a sanguine woman. A sanguine woman can easily
This network is jealous.
control, can balance with a melancholic man, because you can easily be under control. I look at it the other way. Well, it's not easy. It takes extra wisdom now. But on the natural way, a sanguine woman can easily get married to a melancholic man. Because the man is the head, there's that tendency that, okay, even in her shakara, there'll be a kind of control. But if it is vice versa, the man will always feel like the woman is not going. You are too slow for my liking. You are boring. And then there's this kata. that the sanguine is too chakara, it is too disorganized. Those things like that. But like we said, we should also consider gender when we are pairing because it plays a lot. A choleric woman and a phlegmatic husband, problem can easily go because those things like that. Who is following who? Who goes
Okay,
with who?
give marks.
So the marks on 20 more.
The next on 20, yes, on 20.
Mommy, you are the president of the jury. I'm the supervisor. So it is the president of the jury that gives marks.
No, you know what? You know why I'm asking, because as the supervisor, there are some details that you yourself, since you taught this particular topic, you may be able to assess better than me. Because if you just put me there now, you just come and giving her whereas you know where you know no teacher can never give you all the marks.
Mommy, president of the jury, please. Because supervisor will always favor the supervisee.
Now really supervise. Anyway, let me just say, well, for me, I won't give like 18 or 20 that her presentation was well done, and within the time frame, the timing was okay. Presentation well done.
Annie, you don't broke down. You have set the bar too high.
I could not give her. For me, I cannot give her like 18 for what we did. That's 18 and 18 on 20. Woo! 18.
Thank you,
Are you
Mommy.
kidding me?
Wait.
Annie has set the bar too high.
She has set the bar too high. Like high.
Thank you, Mommy, and thank you,
That others
Pastor
will
Lee.
follow with this. She has done it. Timing is important because our mouth will go away from time. She time judiciously. I was timing her. She used her time judiciously. Normally, when conversing us, we started late back in the week. We're just now using all because there's no second person. If there was a second person, would have granted or you ever see. So, but I want to just say this again. Please, for those who will be presenting on your day of presentation, find a good call. We are going to record you YouTube doing this presentation. So show a chair and a wall. Every house has a free wall. Better go to the back door somewhere. One ring light can do it. Too expensive. But we have a
Okay, Mommy. I actually ran away from light because it's disturbing my eyes. I had to turn this way.
It's clean. It's okay.
Okay.
I think it's
Annie.
Mommy,
Annie,
I'm
can
saying
you
that
have a ring light?
no, Mommy, but there's a space here that is really bright, but it's disturbing my eyes. That's why I turned this way.
Don't put it directly. Put it. There's a way I use mine too. You don't put it directly. You understand? But let it make your environment bright. Let it brighten your environment so that you're not in darkness. Your face should be seen. We're seeing you though. We're seeing you though it could be brighter. You see, okay, look at map here, for instance. I don't know
Yes.
what light
Yeah.
she's using. Mabia, do you have a ring light?
It's
Or
natural.
is that
No,
It's bulb.
okay?
it's an
Is that
ordinary bubble.
It's bright.
okay? So another thing, you can have a good bright bulb in the room where you use. Yes, there you sit in a good, nice, clean background, and then make sure that your video is on, and they will be seeing your faces, and then you print. All right, the rest of the instruction, I'll leave it on the WhatsApp. So far, so good. We're looking forward to the others. The people, tomorrow there are 2 people presenting.
To one person, mommy.
1 person, and these days are passing. The other people who are not presenting, are they part of this program?
No. I
The one
can't.
that have
I've
scheduled
been.
it, after the following week, listen, the following week will be graduation. After that, we're entering graduation. After that, we're taking the next phase. If people don't do their presentation, I don't know what they're banking on.
Okay.
Because this, we had to start it this week, then the following week, and the other one. So that's all. So, but the order after the last people who will be presenting, I think, is it 21st?
Yes, it's on the 21st.
First, it will be graduation. It will be graduate. We have even overdraft with the lessons. So, all right. So far, so good. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Thank you, Mabia, for being there. Thank you, Pastor Me, for supervising. Thank you, Mama Yvonne, for being there as well. And thank you, Glo, our latest celebrity. Please go and listen to her song. Go and listen to that song and dance with your family. Because she is singing a lot of sense. So we want to raise celebrities on every side. This one is a super one. That potential is coming out. And she was one of the people, the way she presented her goals to me, and not too many people did that. So one of those who have taken her goals very seriously, and you are seeing the outcome. That's just one. I'm still waiting. The rest of the people you need to start packaging and coming out. See, Glo. Anyway, so looking forward.
Yo, mommy, thank you.
Looking forward to listening to you guys tomorrow, whoever is presenting tomorrow. God bless you, and good night.